the crime scene and they start crying, "Oh, my family." That's what these did. I defeated China Mac, I defeated Math Hoffa, I defeated Whack 100.
Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Charleston White. Now, Charleston White recently was on social media going off. You know what I mean? He was talking about China Mac, and he said some discriminatory things. He said some things that I can't co-sign or rock with, man. I am not co-signing anything that Charleston White said when he was live or whatnot, but he also said some other things and let people know what actually happened with this show in New York City. Now, for those of you who don't know, Charleston White was supposed to have a show in New York City coming up in the month of April. I believe the date was on the 30th, and they probably were already going to sell the place out. I mean, Charleston White right now is a very hot ticket. He was doing a joint event with DJ Academics, right? So two huge names in the game. Nobody bigger than Academics right now as far as hip hop media and blogging. So it was going to look good, man. It was going to be a good look. But Charleston White went on this rant a few days ago, and he had an opportunity to kind of clean it up today, but he didn't. He actually doubled down some and let people know exactly what went down with the show being canceled, and let everyone know that people were behind the scenes pulling strings and basically got his show shut down that way. It wasn't like he was scared of anybody. It wasn't like there was an issue where he didn't want to pull up. He did admit that he wasn't able to bring any type of firearm because of where the show took place, and that was a concern. And he also couldn't bring any type of other protection, you know, for himself. But outside of that, he made the shot to call the show and say, forget it, I'm going to cancel it. Now, what's crazy is it seems like Charleston White hasn't been fazed by this, and he's continuing on his same path. So what we're going to do is look at this latest set of videos that he's dropped recently where he talks about the issue, and also when he confronts the people online during his live who try to test his gangster. Now, before we get to the specifics and talk about all the details, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, so let's check out this video that Charleston White released today. What's crazy about this is Charleston White was recently spotted in the club and spotted at a concert for the artist Future, and it seems like this was taken not too long after that or earlier during the day because he's got on the same clothes he was wearing at the show. And somebody tries to call him out for that, but Charleston White kind of claps back. Now let's actually look at what he said, the whole video in its entirety.
I don't know in the project.
I was about for the new start saying, man, this no day one, man, day one. I was just let the talk. Say, y'all, I just want to let y'all know. My just called me and gave me some game. He said, say just like this here. Whenever the family show up to the crime scene and they start crying, "Oh, my family," that's what these did. I defeated China Mac, I defeated Math Hoffa, I defeated Whack 100. Anytime these run to the internet and start threatening what they go do and saying this and saying that, these are street. These are.
Now, basically what Charleston White is doing is saying that this was the only way that they could try to get him back, and this is the only way, a last-ditch effort from Whack 100, China Mac, and Math Hoffa. Now, for those of you who don't know, Charleston White has had an issue with all of these people. His original issue with Whack 100 started on Clubhouse. Now, some of you already understand that Clubhouse is almost like Whack 100's domain. Like, you go on Clubhouse, you're going to get pressed by Whack 100 and all his other people on there. There he got his back. You'll barely able to get a word in, and they'll run you up off there, and you'll end up sounding kind of crazy. You know what I mean? They're really good at how they bring people in and really argue their points and get their points across, to be real with you, man. Now, Charleston White had a weird interaction on Clubhouse with Whack 100 and a lot of people while he was on there. There was a lot of debate about which room he should be in, a lot of things going on. But at the end of the day, it just ended with him and Whack 100 not seeing eye to eye and going back and forth with each other since. And this has been over a year long, you know what I mean? So Charleston White has really been a thorn in the side of Whack 100 and others for a long time. Now, recently, he got into it with battle rapper Math Hoffa. Now, Math Hoffa runs his own YouTube channel, and he does interviews where he interviews some of the biggest artists in hip hop. I mean, some from the top to the top, you know what I mean? And on Math Hoffa's platform, I believe him and Charleston White were supposed to meet up, and I think even maybe Hassan and Campbell might have been able to go on there. They're all going to go on there together, and something didn't work out. Some issue happened, and since then, Charleston White and Math Hoffa have been at odds. Charleston White said some things about Math Hoffa. They were very disrespectful things that Charleston White said about Math Hoffa, and Math Hoffa, you know, has had an issue with Charleston White ever since. And of course, China Mac and Charleston White have been going back and forth for like a year or so now, maybe even longer than that, because of, first it started off about a debate about who could say what terminology in hip hop. Then it transferred into people dissing each other back and forth. And this latest rant was mostly aimed at China Mac. And like I said in the intro, man, I do not support that. I do not condone what was being said in any of that at all, in any shape, way, or form, man. Like, sometimes this could go overboard, and I think this was the time it went overboard. But, man, let's continue hearing it from Charleston White himself.
The street running to the internet. They defeated. Yeah, I defeated, so now they on the internet crying. It's like this here. This is what my said, homie. These are street. This is what they saying. Charleston sell dope. They on here complaining about Charleston instead of doing something to me. They'll Charleston sell dope. Charleston sell, and Charleston coming out saying, yeah, I sell dope. I sell more dope than you. You on here crying. That's
now, his point right there is saying that, yeah, Whack 100, China Mac, Math Hoffa, all these dudes are allegedly street dudes. Now, at this point, I don't know if I can classify any of those people as street dudes. They all have successful podcasts, or they're execs in the music industry. They do different things. And what he's saying is, I'm going to hold you to that street standard that you profess sometimes. Like, you guys ain't willing to step to me, but you're willing to tell on me. So really, what's up here? And that's kind of what I'm getting from what he's saying.
That's how you know they defeated. They ain't got no other recourse but to come on the internet and cry about Charleston. When. Yeah. Say, listen, Buffalo, New York, Rochester, New York, we coming y'all way. New York. They steady. I done lost.
Now, as you heard there, it sounds like they might have moved the concert or the event with him and the academics to another venue and to another city. So it sounds like Rochester, New York, or one of the other, or Buffalo, New York, are the two options where he's possibly going to be performing. So we'll check that out and see how that works out in the future. I mean, that's only a hop, skip, and a jump. So, man, he might run into the same issues that he did in New York City. You never know.
24 social media accounts. I don't give a damn about nothing. I married a rich. I don't give a damn about no social media. Same clothes as yesterday. I put these clothes on late last night going to the Future concert. I've been partying with rappers in Future. I was all outside by myself at the concert. By myself at a rap concert. By my yeah, since they say I don't go outside by myself. Yeah.
I will say one thing about Charleston White. He is not afraid. Like, when he says I be outside and I make myself accessible, he doesn't lie. And people have to be wary because, dude really be on it. But people have to be wary of Charleston White because it ain't all sweet with him, I don't think, man. Like, I think he stands on some of that stuff he professes.
Yeah, then I went to the club with Trap Boy Freddy and them and all that. By my self. Yeah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm playing a mean black runaway slave. Yeah, y'all don't mean nothing because I'm just playing. But they did call the police on me. Yeah. No, they really did that. I swear to God. They really called the police on me. Them really called the police on me.
Now, when he says call the police, he really means China Mac, and he's talking about Math Hoffa and the cats in New York City that don't rock with him. You know what I mean? He feels like they called the police on him or notified some authorities that he was coming into town and let them know some of the things he had said previously about China Mac.
Now, the show did not get canceled. The show did not get canceled, y'all. I swear to God it did. Live, China Mac called Live Nation. Live Nation called Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster just removed the ticket. So we said we go take it to Rochester, New York. So it's coming to Buffalo, New York or Rochester, New York.
Now, as he explained right there, he said that China Mac called somebody, they called somebody else, And then they got in contact with the big dogs. They got in contact with Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster said they couldn't do the event, and then that shut off his money. Now, what's crazy about this situation is Charleston White has to worry that this doesn't have any deeper ramifications, and he has more shows have this same result. He's got to really watch what he says and what he does, because if that could be done that easily, you really got to watch what you're saying out here. Like I said earlier, man, it's a wild situation.
We still coming to New York. We still coming to New York. They can't stop a thing. It ain't enough New York for me, no way. I'm a comedian. I ain't for, hey, yeah, same clothes yesterday. Y'all been partying all night at the concert and everything. Yeah, no. So I got 2 sold out shows this weekend, so they ain't stopping nothing. DJ Academics, they say, man, still keep the deposit money. That's how real he is.
Wow. So basically, he's saying that he still has 2 sold out shows this weekend. And we know that Charleston White is loved in the South. That's kind of his stomping ground. That's where he has a majority of his fans. They love his material and stuff like that. Not meaning that they condone everything that he says. It just seems like he's still rolling with this ship. It's going.
Come on now. Y'all better stop. Don't let this internet character fool y'all. There's certain things by now y'all better can pick up on and say, man, something got to be with the police can't protect this. The police can't protect. They can't ride with me. I just told them where I'm at. I'm in the heart of Eastwood. It's all good.
Now, what's crazy about that last clip is prior to that, somebody jumped into the chat on his live and was like, pull up to Eastwood. And he was like, all right, and pulled up there. Went to all the major places there, even said hi to people. He went to a street where he said it was an alleged gang territory and left just fine. Like, dude got heart. I'm going to say that much.
All business. This is all business. Now, you may be taking it personal. This is all business, fellas. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys.
Now, in that final part right there, Charleston White basically said this is all business. And I know a lot of this is an act. A big part of what he does is an act. A big part of the things that he says is an act. Now, y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation. You feel like anytime he goes to New York now, or even the New York State, he'll be met with the same level of resistance. Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.